Hi, welcome everybody to another week of Valorant here with Post University. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Valorant wasn't displaying for a second there. We are here with NECC Quarterfinals versus MSU here. And we are loading into the first map of Ascent here. As we are going to see Dissident early lock in that breach, followed by some early locks on the side of MSU with the Omen and the Killjoy. Very standard on this map. Dissident, obviously a very, very big breach player. Usually KO is kind of the standard flasher on this map. However, when we do have Dissident, we roll with the breach because of how effective they are with it. And they've proven to be significantly effective when they've used it. We are seeing another chamber hover for sologod here, and they might end up going for a chamber jet setup, which you don't particularly see on Ascent, but with how they've been playing, has been really good. And we are seeing KevinBittner in on the what appears to be the Omen. I think the last time they played this map, it was PSL. In on the Neon, I believe it was.
Select your agent.
Neon chamber comp, but looks like they are instead going to be running a little bit of a different comp here. Oh, and we are seeing a breach lock-in on the other side as well, so both flashers will be breach. And speaking of that Neon, we are seeing a very similar comp to what Post played last week. But there is no jet, and there is no chamber, so it is a little bit different in the variation. Post last week did use that Neon to be very aggressive towards the B garage area on defending side, and just with like having two duelists on their map, we're able to be super aggressive. But it doesn't work as much when Neon is the solo duelist, at least for that specific strategy. So we'll have to see how they adjust here, or how their comp will work instead. However, we are going to see a little bit more of a spread out initial round coming out here from Post, who are going to be looking a little bit more towards A aggression here and to get some space out mid. And we are going to see the peek from sologod, probably from tiles to cat. And a little bit of a TP away, and we'll see how this goes here. It could be an early peek, but the Omen smoke comes through, allowing sologod to walk out here. Meanwhile, creeping through A main, this should be some sort of an A split. We are taking early gunfights in mid, and Hasty will take down sologod, ending that lurk a little too early. Now, Mr. Coles will get spotted out by that drone here. We'll see if the aggressive engage comes through, but the Killjoy Molly is going to make that an early stop here, and with that, looks like Post is going to look to pivot out here, but that's a lot of noise made right now, and the real Viper should pick up on that. And look out towards mid here. See if Hasty will scout anything out as the Sova Dart now comes through, kind of giving away that they are in mid, but not getting any info back off of that. As everyone is behind smokes, and a big flash out from the real Vipers will be shut down by Mojo. And Hasty holding a blind here. Another trap play seemingly as the smoke starts to dissipate here. Gunfights going both ways, and 2v2 now. Make that a 2v1 as Post have managed to find the fights, the advantage numbers, despite starting that situation, that whole sequence in mid down one. But now they've managed to find the 2v1 here, and it's all down to Miles for MSU. Does not know of the garage player. Dissident. Oh, takes the shots, but Miles is going to avoid that, and now going to find the kill. We're in the 1v1, and Miles will find the clutch for MSU. We got Sheriff so powerful on the pistol round, just needing a couple body shots to find the kills, and I think Dissident could have taken a little bit more time there in garage. but unfortunately for Post, they are going to start down one round here. A very manageable round for them, but now we're seeing a force-up from Kevin. Is a little bit interesting with the rest of the guns being a Sheriff or Classics, and yeah, we are going to see that buy down here. Meanwhile, we are seeing a Vandal coming out from Carpe on this Sova. Could be quite interesting here. You're seeing the early Killjoy turret here, which should spot out Zeno as they peek, and meanwhile, another potential interaction over towards B here, and in mid, Vipers finds that kill now. And yep, another lurk going wrong for Post. So we're now looking at a 3v5 here. And not quite able to find any connections there. It's going to be just down to Dissident. We'll be in a 1v5, just a classic again. The expected result on the round for sure. And Miles will close that out. And from here, we will be playing the rifle round for Post. And honestly, MSU is pretty well equipped to go into this round. They do have a Sheriff and a couple Spectres, but those could be quite effective at closer ranges, especially when you can kind of dictate your positioning a little bit on the defender side and take those close fights. Plus, the Bulldog can be quite powerful, and then a Vandal in hand. Meanwhile, on the side of Post, we are seeing a B stack and full guns for them. So we'll have to see how that goes. Carpe should spot this out with an early dart, but actually goes with a shock dart for a little bit of damage, which won't fully be found. Zeno is hard into sight now. And sologod manages to find one kill. But Carpe in the back is holding their own. And that's a third kill, and it's all down to sologod now. Disaster for Post. And that dart will spot that out, but sologod now has 4 on the round. Refusing to give this up. So we have a 1v1 now, and Carpe, so good in the clutch there, finds 4 of their own.
If we go easy on them, they will never learn.
A valid attempt from sologod, managing to find 4, managing to punish that double swing there, but not quite enough. Now Post should be on lighter buys here. Overall, yep, Sheriffs and Classics for the most part. We'll see what they have cooked up here, if they can find anything. sologod with this Marshall, proven to be so dangerous with it, is going to take this early peek out towards Cat here, but isn't going to spot anything, is now going to take their way towards mid. Still nothing available here as they start to spread out slowly from this B main area. The smoke coming through. This actually allows Post to push out mid if they want to. I'm not quite sure if this is the smoke that you want here if you're MSU, because now we have Mojo on the lurk here, but the alarm bot will spot that out. And they will pick up that that is likely a lurk here once contact comes in B main, and yep, with the smoke and everything. Oh, the dash canceled out though. It's a little rough, and the Sheriff hitting for Dissident. Now Carpe all alone on the site here. Has some opportunities, finds 2, 30 HP left. And now Kevin a little bit trapped out here and will go down as well, and Mojo falling as well. Carpe living on such low HP there. A little bit more damage, and maybe that round could have been a little bit dangerous, but MSU will hold on to their lead, 4-0 now. And while this is the tougher side for Post being on the attack side, you do want to pick up at least a few rounds, and losing out on that pistol and then some opportunities now definitely hurts the amount of rounds you can get in the half. But now they're looking to potentially pick up rounds here with their buys. And once again, MSU throwing that early smoke mid that pretty much gives nothing here, because with the drone through, it doesn't make a huge deal, and then they kind of just get access to mid. And the ability to rotate whichever way they want without being seen. Now it is going to be a push out of market here, and once again, the backside players just causing so much damage. Consistently a problem for Post, but sologod on this lurch does manage to find one, make that two. But it's still 1v2 here. It would have to be a 1v4. They're not giving him any angles. He's going to creep over towards CT here, but this is such a dangerous place to look from. Well, there won't be anyone here to spot it. sologod taking time here. This could be a spike pickup, actually.
30 seconds left.
I have the spike.
With that spike pickup, it can actually be a pivot, and they will hear the noise of that, but won't actually be able to spot sologod as he gets the rotate to A, and honestly, this is a free A site. But now we are seeing
10 seconds left.
The flame coming out here for Miles. Meanwhile, there will be a temporary 1v1 on the site.
That's 3.
Oh, but is sologod aware? sologod not necessarily aware, but tucked into hell here, and Miles has all the information in the world here. sologod has not heard any sort of a drop.
Placing swarm bomb grenade out.
And will be forced to kind of push out here, and Miles will clutch that up. The Nano Swarm doing such a good job clearing that out, taking their time, and that is a 5th round now for MSU.
My ultimate is ready.
For Post, I mean, you gotta figure something out at this point. These rounds somewhat close, or at least a couple of them, the pistol round, that round as well, but not quite able to convert. Kind of falling apart to these multi-kills, especially having trouble dealing with the backside defenders on the B site, consistently finding longer range kills as they try to cross over that stairs area. So we'll see what happens the next time they go back to that
You
B
want to
site.
play?
But for
Let's
now,
play.
we are seeing Zeno with the Guardian here. We're seeing a spray down from Carpe. It's going to make that B site all the more hard to actually get through here. Oh, did Zeno spot? Did not, but now gets a tag there. I mean, there's Killjoy utility here, but it's actually not that much utility on the site itself. But Miles, a beautiful peek off that aggro. And Carpe will find a kill on the other side as well. But the plant will come down here. And it could be a big kill here from Zeno. We'll manage to grab that one and grab a second one as well. But I assume, yep, the lockdown for Killjoy comes through here and is looking for the lineup as well. This is going to be a little bit devastating. Kind of an unwinnable situation for Post here now. And now Carpe able to find one as well, but a fuse coming through. Oh, but it will get stopped here.
Don't interrupt.
And now Dissident managing to get through. Time is ticking down here. Kevin does have an opportunity, but will go down, and with the bomb halved.
It is over.
A valiant effort for Post. Some ults invested, but MSU brings it to 6. And yep, Meech will call the timeout here. And it looks like Post should have full buys in this round. Potentially an op onto sologod. I don't know about doing an attack set at op went down this much. Could be a little bit of an issue, but I mean, if they have a play for it, they have a play for it. And it's certainly an opportunity right now. Look at the ults now. At least the ult econ is a little bit in their favor right now. I mean, the jet ult not super impactful without the econ factor in it. Will be impactful next round maybe, but the Silva ult from Mojo could prove very, very good this round. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, I mean, Neon ult, Breach ult, close to coming up, but not quite there yet. And they did just invest the Killjoy and the Silva ults. The Omen ult, I mean, it can find niche value, but a lot of times it's not considered one of the most round-changing ults often, especially on the defender side, used for just like scouting a little bit, maybe some quick rotations, but not particularly something that's very well utilized or has a lot of value being utilized, let's say. But full buys here from Post and a stack towards this A site yet again. sologod did choose to stick with a rifle. Is going to continue lurking mid. I mean, they're just giving free access to mid here by doing this. The Killjoy alarm bot should go off here and should give a little bit of information to what's going on. And it's such an interesting setup coming out from MSU here, who normally a lot of times we see Killjoy kind of playing to one of the sites. This is more of like a mid-stack, mid-info type thing. With the playstyle, it's like kind of free to give mid and B overall fine here. Zeno peeks through and Miles is there now, but will get traded out. And now Post have found their way onto a site. Low HP for sologod here, but overall, clean plant for Post. A clean Post plant now for them. MSU will try to retake here, and wow! The real Vipers working their way in, and now complete control of the site is lost. Bomb is tapped, Sova ult is used. sologod will have to be so big here, and can't find anything. And now even with the damage there, there's no more Sova ult, so the bomb will be defused, and Vipers will get that 4K. The flash in on Vipers just catching out all of the site players. As finding that early double and turning a 4v3 situation into a 3v2, and with both the defenders off-site, it kind of just really stopped what Post are looking to do. I think they were looking to stall a little bit more time on site to be able to use that Sova ult, but now Sova ult's gone. The ult economy has completely swung the other way.
Right here.
And kind of a disaster game one for Post right now. See if they can manage to find anything. They haven't really been able to challenge the setup yet. I'd like to see them potentially work mid a little bit more, as we are trying to see sologod sort of take these fights, but I'd like to see it like more as a combined effort and more of their actual pinpoint approach here, and maybe a lurk somewhere else. However, they now got access to Cat yet again, and Miles will be forced back again, but so much damage taken through. And this Omen TP into Wine can be so big from Hasty here. And they have no clue. None at all, and that's going to be a triple kill.
Spike down A.
And it just feels like Post is figured out here in this first game. sologod on the lurk finds one, but that is all. Yeah, unfortunately for Post here, nothing really seeming to work. I assume this is not their map pick. Generally speaking, this isn't their go-to map. It's a map they do play a lot, but it's usually because it's picked into them a lot. So, we will have to see here, because it really does feel like MSU has this map figured out quite well.
Get out of my way!
And now that jet ult gonna be popped here. And early info of that dart gets nothing. I'm curious if he'll still spray through. He will. And takes a little bit of damage from the Sheriff, but with that high pen, it doesn't really deal all that much. Mojo able to kill that. Alarm bot is gonna force rotates to come back a little bit here. Miles should get spotted out here, but they won't know it's two on the setup. And actually, Miles not spotted at all, but they should get the assumption there based on the way Miles has been playing here. And sologod with that stinger will be so big. We'll get tagged out a little bit here by McCruels. sologod, beautiful shots there, will now take the A site. This is what Post was looking for, and sologod might be pushing a little bit too far up here with this play here. 45 HP. Might not want to give that kill away for free, but you can find something, you can find something. And now Mojo and Zeno will find some on the other side.
Revealing area.
And Carpe all alone now. And Zeno will find a second kill. sologod really opening up that round. It's a beautiful setup from Post. It was the shock dart kill from Mojo, and then just having sologod kind of just sit in tree for a little bit and wait for a potential push-up and information check. And it was kind of brilliant from Post to kind of slow down that round and leave them guessing a little bit. Finally on the board now. Honestly, if you can get 3 rounds here as Post, you can maybe look for a really good defending half.
Revealing area.
And maybe this game is salvageable, but Mojo's still on that Sheriff buy now here, as Hasty will look to push forward. We'll see if this mid play gets challenged here. I feel like Hasty hasn't often played over in this area now. And yeah, just completely taken out. That smoke disappearing. Not sure where they planned on going. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Zeno gets taken down here. Oh, but this could be such a bad situation if Miles doesn't go check here. The early shots are actually whiffed, and Miles finally does clean up that kill, but could have been so much more if they were a little bit more patient. However, Post will now have the sight in the 3v3 here. No ults in play besides the Neon ult here. We'll see as sologod with the Odin there. As now Vipers and Carpe try to take this site here. sologod can be so big with this Odin here, though. Finds another one as they keep scaling up the site here, and it's down to the 1v1, and Carpe finds the win on the round. Consistently being so clutch. Such a massive game so far for Carpe. 18-3. Absolutely dominating the server right now. I mean, on the other side of things, sologod's gotten off to a pretty good start, but besides that, things have been a little bit on the quieter end from some of the players we normally see a lot of frags from for Post University. And it feels like their coordination, their aggression just isn't there the same way that we normally see it. We'll see what they can craft up here now.
You want to play? Let's
play. They are going to be mostly on buys here, with the exception of sologod, who does have the Tour de Force. And now, I mean, Post have sort of figured out how to get onto the sites now, but their post plants have not been the greatest looking situations here. As now the real Vipers will get taken down, and Hasty on the other side as Dissident picks up a double, one with utility, one with the gun. What can't he do? Finally coming alive now, and we're seeing a pivot over towards this A site, but there's 2 people still on A, but sologod will make it 1. Make it 0, in fact, as Carpe, I know you've been clutch all game, but 1v4 just does not seem possible here, but you have so much money in the bank, you might as well go for something. Carpe is going to creep up into heaven here, but should be greeted with quite a few bodies here, as Dissident will take off his head, leave him with just 24 HP. And I mean, yeah, there's really nothing you can do here, but a little bit of damage there, but sologod will clean that up with a triple kill. He looks to lead this Post team to a manageable game right now. Yep, it should be full buys here for everyone. A Bulldog actually for Mr. Coles. Sorry, make that a Spectre instead. It should be the Neon ult. Actually gonna buy up to the Bulldog, my bad on that. But besides that, should be full buys. And I mean, Neon should be fine. I don't think that ult's been popped all half, in fact. As Kevin a little bit in base right now.
That's a good spot.
I'm curious what's going on there as things get spotted out. Oh, Kevin finally back now, picks up the spike. And the real Viper's pushing out. Finding the kill, making it look easy for now. The Sova drone, I don't think it actually spotted Dissident there. Who is lurked up into that position in mid. However, I'm not sure if that's necessarily a position you want your breach unless you're looking to make a play here. Post forced to be super spread out here now. As they're slowly working their way through mid here. Dissident could be so huge. Finds the kill. Peeks again and finds another. Oh, and gets the rolling thunder off in time. Which will allow Zeno to get a kill here, but
30 seconds
it's going to come down to a 2v2 now. As Kevin gets the plant here.
Gotta go.
And it looks like Neon's not actually going to get value out of the ult here at all as it starts to tick away.
Watch out.
And Mojo in such a good spot here in this gem spot. Can prove... Ooh, barely dodges that shock dart. Can prove to get a lot of frags from here.
There they are.
And stepping up here now. But not going to take the shots. It's just going to work their way in here and could be so big in hell. And beautiful reposition from Mojo. Will net 2 surprise kills as he'll have a little fun with Kevin there. And again, like I said, the magic number was 3. 9-3 curse potentially enabled here, and they are on the stronger side here. They'll need a pistol win if they want to stay alive in this. And they'll have to convert that pistol run into quite a few more rounds to really balance things out, but it is a lot more possible. However, their comp is, while Ascent is a very defender-sided map, their comp isn't necessarily the standard comp, so things with that can change potentially a little bit here, but they seem like they should be set up here to potentially look for some sort of play. And meanwhile, it is going to be an A split coming out here as the smoke comes through, and Kevin is just completely caught out right now. Will get taken down super fast there. Zeno has the opportunity, is whiffing with the ghost, finally finds that kill now as the fights for Dissident come through as well, and trades back and forth.
Standing.
And unfortunately for Post, MSU 3 alive still.
Spike
only
planted.
2 of them really tagged significantly. As Mojo looks for an opportunity here. Sheriff in hand. We've seen him do magic with this gun before, but this is quite a tall task. Still has the dart available here. Will spot out anyone early here, and they're all playing back sight. So difficult here as everyone's peeking him and won't manage to find any. MSU finding double digits already. First round into the second half. And if you're Post, it's kind of a interesting question here on if you want to force up, because you kind of don't want to give 11, but if your force up fails, you're basically giving 12. That's not a great spot to be in. It looks like they are going to stick with classics here, which is pretty much conceding the 11th round here unless something crazy happens, but I don't expect much here. Except for sologod finding that opening kill with the pocket guardian. Hiding in this corner. Will get checked, and it's all going to be down to Mojo on this site right now.
Right here.
Guys, he tries to find something, and there's just nothing to be found here. Zeno pushes onto the site, but again, nobody able to slip through the net.
Spike planted.
Dissident will look for a flash play here. Can't connect the classic shots, and Kevin will go down as well. That's going to be 11 rounds from MSU.
They demand a fight. Who are we to disobey?
Unfortunately, Post Not the game one they were hoping for so far, but still opportunity to turn it around. sologod has been such a hero in keeping them in this game so far. See if he'll be able to find something in mid here, but I don't think anybody's going to peek him. At least not early here. I assume a flash will come through if anything does happen, and Zeno is just pushing out here and unable to find the kill, but Dissident will get the trade and back off here. And now, Mojo pushed out and found two! Post going super aggressive, couldn't even keep up with it.
They found my trap.
And they found their way through this round now, and honestly, all Post has to do is really play a little bit on the safer end here. Oh, it's Miles!
Spike down, B.
Had the knowledge, knew where sologod was, but it doesn't matter, and sologod is just healing himself right now. Willing to take the fight, but maybe a fight that shouldn't have been taken. The stun comes out, and Mojo will find a triple kill here. And, while sologod has been big for the kills for this team, Mojo has been big on impact kills, having two separate rounds that were nearly single-handedly won by good positioning, finding the kills towards generator, or that round with the double push out there, or the double kill on the push out, sorry. And now Post in a decent situation here. Zeno's gonna get really aggressive. Could be big, finds the kill into Miles. That's the bomb as well.
B.
So they have that kind of knowledge here. And meanwhile, Vipers is pushed out so far here. sologod has such a big opportunity and finds the kill. Spraying through the smoke and make that a second kill after the TP. And Post have seemingly turned everything around, but meanwhile, Hasty in mid did get that lurk up, and Carpe will find sologod, and
Scanning ahead.
suddenly this round isn't over quite yet, but the bomb is really in no man's land. I can't even call it no man's land, as Post have full control of the area, and Carpe will be forced off yet again, as Hasty on the other side is trying to work their way in through the B site. On such a flipped map in such a dangerous area, Carpe making as much noise as possible, and Hasty with the blind won't be able to find the kills, but Carpe finds another one. It's 1v2. It's certainly possible here, but Zeno will close that out with a triple kill. And Post back on the board. And on top of that, I think, yep, we are going to see light buys for the most part coming out from MSU. Should be a indication of a round that should go to Post University, should bring them to 6. And this is kind of the momentum that we wanted to see. We want to see the ults kind of built up a little bit here. See if they can find some important kills. Zeno pushing out yet again. Oh, but they're all just waiting for it. Post sort of taking the bait. Will be one kill gone, and now they are going to be forced to back off here. And they did have to give away a gun, but a beautiful flash there! And finding two, one through the box there, but now with the Killjoy ult coming through, it's going to be a little bit of a fight here to get out, and they will manage to get out. But it should be a site now taken. This Post will have to play the retake here.
Nowhere to run!
Oh, the solo from Carpe could be so huge, and it finds two!
Right here.
Disaster for Post. We're now looking at a 2v2 here.
One enemy remaining.
As Kevin
Last player
finds...
standing.
Oh, where... sologod! What was that? And after absolute chaos on the site, sologod... with the tour de force reigns true.
Thinks that would work.
Wow, what a mess of a round there. But I mean, on the side of Post, they got the Killjoy ult and the Sova ult invested from MSU. which are big ults, potentially round-winning ults that they won't have to worry about. The only really super high-impact ult they're going to have to worry about now for a little bit is potentially the Breach ult coming back online, but they have a Breach ult already of their own.
Here.
Now things look quite winnable for Post. Does Dissident have... Nope. Dissident has a Vandal. There is no sort of spray-through attempt here as the blind from Omen comes through, but once again, they're challenging this early B main that has just been won by Post the past couple rounds. Oh, and a bad dash there, but we'll find one at least and get that kill, and Dissident will find another trade, and on the other side of things, Mojo and sologod just walked up mid. The stack in B main completely red here, and now Post are breathing signs of life here as they manage to find another round, bringing themselves to 7, down just 4 rounds now, and we are going to see very scattered buys here from MSU, so things getting quite close here. Seems like everything is sort of figured out here. The Sova drone gonna come through early here for Mojo. Doesn't actually get a spot here. And meanwhile, there's a walk up mid coming through, and oh, this neon ult could be so dangerous here, but it's gonna get completely shut down right away. And Zeno flash, but the Sheriff not able to connect. Meanwhile, Hasty Sheriff, though, did find one, and that's going to be a very dead omen, as we're now looking at a 2v2. sologod has the bomb here, and wow, what a swing out from Zeno! But the timing is going to be so important here!
My ult's ready.
These Vipers will find that, and now it's sologod who's gonna sit in this corner. Will it get checked? sologod having the information here, and Vipers never stood a chance, was never looking. And now 11-8 here. The match getting spicy. Real Vipers now having that Breach ult online. The only ult on the table right now besides Hasty's Omen ult and Zeno's Jet ult, but in terms of impact ults, it's really just Vipers right now. And it's going to be a full A push here. And Zeno pops those knives really early into this round here, looking for kills, but Miles will shut that down immediately. Posts have to be careful now. Very, very careful, as they are in a 4v5 situation here. And there's so much information out mid that nobody's quite out yet. As they're starting to work their way back up towards mid, they have no information of what's going on here. Kind of hoping to catch out some sort of a flank here. And seeing them walk away, it is almost certainly an A hit at this point.
Revealing area.
As they are just chilling in A main. Yep, there is the Breach ult coming through. And a TP coming through from Hasty could be huge here. And meanwhile, we're seeing action on the other side of the map. Or sorry, other side of the site. These Vipers will get shut down by sologod. sologod, make that 2, make that a 3rd! Walking into the site, and it's all down to just Miles here, and Dissident will clean that one up. But sologod just walking in, taking them one at a time. 29 kills for him. Trailing Carpe by just 2 kills now. I mean, in comparison, though, Carpe had such a hot start. It was like 10-1 at the time when like sologod was like 5 kills in, and now they're almost neck and neck in kills. And then on the other side of things, the rest of Post has just completely gone into action here, finding their rhythm now on this defender side. And once again, we are looking at almost no buys here for MSU. sologod with this op. Can't find the first shot here. Question if he will peek out of the smoke here. It isn't going to. At least not yet. Zeno will take a peek and quickly get shut down here. Now sologod in potentially such a dangerous area will get smoked off yet again here. Just very little information on the map for post right now. Everything is so spread out from MSU, and Carpe will spot out Kevin before walking away, and I think it is going to be a B pivot here with everything going on. We still have Mojo all the way towards the B site here. And no peeks for sologod. Seeing a smoke off mid. And Mojo is going to have to be a hero here. sologod close by, but...
You should run.
Ooh, that is a devastating killjoy ult. Here, Mojo here.
30 seconds
He's just
left.
looking to peek out, and sologod finds that. Which I think was through the smoke here, and Dissident on the other side as well will find a kill. Carpe will shut down a couple, but Kevin finds the kill now, and Hasty is going to push through, and it's all going to come down to sologod.
Planted.
Who is full health. Hasty low HP, but it is a 1v2, and you have just an op.
Teleport's ready.
Looking for the kills, looking for any opportunity here. Does acquire a Vandal now, which is going to be good for them here. But it's such a difficult push here. No peeks available right now. And does find the first kill, and low HP here. It is possible.
This is less than ideal.
Oh, but there's just no time.
Thrifty.
And Miles will find the kill. Will find the Thrifty to bring them to map point.
Match point.
3 rounds with Meech calling a timeout now. 3 rounds from potentially bringing this into OT. Sort of a devastating round there. The killjoy ult being so impactful for them and allowing them to get that site. But now, I mean, if you're post, you still have guns here. Not in the worst situation. In fact, for the most part, yeah, you should have full buys here, because someone should be able to buy for Zeno here. You have the chamber ult online. There's pretty much no ults on the side of MSU besides that Sova ult. So if you can find this round here, their econ is really, really low right now. And you can kind of get a free, hopefully a free second round. And that would put you 1 round away from going into OT. So not all is lost here. Still on pretty relatively even footing. If they can convert this round, they have a really good shot at making it into OT. Just because, once again, the buys are now reset for MSU. So if they do lose here, they have 0 loss bonus. Which means they are going to be quite short on guns into the following round. Zeno looks to take a quick peek out here. This could be so impactful, but the smoke will stop that from even happening. Mojo finds the first kill on the Hasty. That smoke's taken off the table so early into a round as sologod has a stare down in B. As Zeno finds one again as well. And sologod not able to find that kill, but will TP away safely. And really, that's all that matters here. Miles is chunked down so low as well.
Last player standing.
And wow. A flawless round coming out from post. Completely dominating the mid-control there. And now, once again, yep, just 0 buys. And pretty much none of the ults being able to come back into play besides the Sova ult here for MSU. Which again can be impactful in that post point, can be impactful for picks as well. But Dissident's just 1 away from his ult. Mojo's 3 away from their ult. And now we're seeing another split map coming out here from MSU. As they creep up towards A main here. Early smoke towards tiles will give Post pretty clear control of mid now. But mid is not where things are going on. But they find that first pick really fast. And Kevin is going to be challenged by 3 here. Is going to continue to peek out here. I don't know if you have to. They're going to walk away. And it's going to be a full pivot towards this B site. Miles lurking through. There's nobody on B. But again, they don't know that currently. And oh, sologod. Gives up the gun there. But Mojo! Just cleaning house, gets the final kill with the classic. It's all down to Miles here on this round, and does find one. Almost finds a second with that classic. Miles potentially making that round costly, but Post should have buys going into the final round here.
The spike is diffused.
And now you're looking at a final round that is of complete full buys. But with Miles, with all of the ult points gotten there, can actually get Killjoy ult on the table one more time here. Just 2 away. However, Dissident and Mojo both have their ults online here. I'd be curious to see how they move around the map here. sologod not going to want to give up this ult orb here, but I think it should be a blind coming through. sologod takes the shot, and that should be an orb picked up for Killjoy now. That's so scary for Post, and it is just going to be quite a fast execute here. As Dissident wants to stop that, Zeno finds the first kill, and Dissident's already in, but Carpe will shut him down, and now we're looking at a 4v4 situation, and Miles might have a pretty good stall here. The Killjoy ult already in. Oh. Oh no, this can be so devastating here. It's all down to sologod who gets taken out by the Sova ult.
Win.
And Post University will go down in game 1. So MSU will take the first map. I mean, it was a close map, and with how things started, I think it was like a 9-0 start or something. Or sorry, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8-0 start for them to be able to pull that back and almost grab a win. I mean, it kind of resets the mental a little bit, even if you lost it there. I mean, Carpe, though, is just so good. 37 kills. They should look to go into map 2 shortly. But as they are getting ready, we will jump to a break here as NECC quarterfinals continues. looks like we are getting set up to go into game 2, which will be Haven here, as looks like we will see MSU on the attacker side and Post on the defender side. And it looks like we did see a substitution. KevinBittner will be subbed out for PSL. And we are seeing pretty standard stuff coming out here for Post, or for their standard, I'll say, with the breach coming through. Elle will be on the Sova here, as Mojo will be on that signature Omen. And it looks like sologod is opting for a Cypher over a Chamber. Did we see that last week? I think we might have. I forget if he was just hovering it or if he ended up locking the Chamber. I think he ended up locking the Chamber last week. Meanwhile, on the other side, we're seeing a Brimstone come out here, which, again, I'm not the biggest fan of Brimstone on this map, solely because you can't actually smoke the entire map unless you are on the B site, which kind of limits you there, gives information of where you're going to be, and honestly, he's not that great at holding the B site himself. We'll see a Killjoy coming out here, and that is the Cypher lock from sologod. Very, very interesting coming out here. But, yeah, the Brimstone, not the biggest fan of it. It is Miles, who was on the Killjoy last game, interestingly enough, as we are seeing Hasty move from the Omen to Killjoy here. Sky coming out. Carpe once again on that Sova. And the real Vipers, once again, not playing Viper. Now we'll have to see where this game goes here. I feel like the Brimstone can be solid on the attack side, but on the defense side is going to struggle a little bit. And with this map being slightly attacker-sided here, Post may once again have to play from behind, so we'll see how they get a start off here. Post historically being quite good on this map, generally speaking, has
this goes here.
Good results on both the attack and defending side. As Mojo holds out this blind here for a potential mid play. And it does, yeah, it just look like it is going to be the mid rush coming out here. As Carpe taken into the Cypher trip, but they are going to get the plant basically for free here as the collapse now starts to come through. All the kills going the way of Post so far, and it is going to come down to just Hasty here. We'll find the first one. We've got a second one with the Sova drone. I mean, the Killjoy bot. Not a Sova drone. That thing can't shoot. But Dissident will clean that round up there. And things getting a little scary at the end for Post. Hasty almost makes it work. But a pistol round win. The first pistol round win for Post, actually, of the series. They'll finally be able to force up, do this iconic double marshal that they love doing. And now that I think about it, sologod did play the Chamber. I mean, not the Chamber, the Cypher last week on Haven. Because I remember seeing him playing with Trips in B. So this is a comp that we did get to see last week from Post. Now it looks like it's going to be another sort of mid play here. So the Recon will scout out a little bit of info there. They are going to start to creep up here, and sologod already takes the head of one with that Marshall. And Elle has the opportunity to go really big here on this B site, but is going to get help soon. Carpe is just lurked up here, and Mojo's soon going to have to deal with a lot of the garage defenders, and can't quite get any of them, get some low health, but ESL on the other side will find a kill, and Dissident will clean up the fights from Mojo. Say thank you for the kills, let me farm my ult, and honestly, like, from purely an ult perspective, it's kind of good that Mojo didn't find the kills there. His ult not nearly as impactful as Dissident, who was able to pick up 3 separate ult charges, just 3 away from getting that super impactful breach ult online, softening them up for him. And now we should see what looks like a C hit coming out here, but nobody C long. See if Zeno looks for the peek out here, won't find anything here, and after guessing wrong, it could be quite a difficult situation. The flash is about to come through here on these full buys, and with the marshals, this can be quite scary.
Spike planted.
Actually trying to retake this feels quite hard here, but Mojo is on this flank here, could be so big. And not quite able to find anything, and the rest of Post forced to fight out of CT. sologod finding one, and giving them actual space here. Elle not able to find the kill there on the jump up. And Dissident will go for the blind here.
Last player standing.
Shots and won't be able to find anything. Carpe will get the triple kill. Mr. Coles finds the final kill. And Chris Rimmers will remind me to update the match score. And, alrighty. Dissident 2 ult orbs away. And no armor. As Post will opt to force up into this. And we have it up on the other side for Zeno, but nobody is heading that way right now, as it is going to be what appears to be an A hit. Dissident will start to rotate over towards this A. The smokes are now set from the Brimstone, which, keep in mind, those don't recharge here. So it pretty much does have to be some sort of a commit here, or we are only going to see one scope for them. And they're taking so much time on the initial come through here. And they will finally get that plant out now. And the flash coming through, and Dissident just running through. Another flash and another kill. Holy. As Post try to fight their way through. And now, however, despite Dissident's efforts here, they're looking at a now 2v2. Was a 3v2, but they don't know about Hasty on the flank here. And Elle has to be so careful here. Does get the dink, but it's through so much of the wall that it basically doesn't do anything. And Shock Dart comes through here, finds a lot of damage there, but nothing quite converted, and there's just no time left. Just not possible, and Elle will be trapped. And might manage to escape with their gun, and not quite able to. Just barely missing out. And now, if you're Post here, things have balanced out since your pistol round win. You no longer have bias. You are a little bit on the back foot now. But we'll see what they can do here with a few sheriffs. Should be a relatively easy round from MSU, but these sheriffs can be oh so dangerous sometimes, and it is just going to be that C long stack here. And we'll see as this turret gets taken down super early, and it will force them to watch the actual flank here. And Mojo with the TP finds one, but trade soon coming through here, and everything going the way of MSU. Zeno will manage to find one more kill, doing a little bit of damage there, keeping the econ a little bit in check, but
who are we to disobey?
Meech will call that timeout, and rightfully so. Things no longer going the way of Post in this game so far, and with this early timeout, should be some sort of plan crafted, and we'll have to see where they go with this. They do have op money in hand for sologod if they choose to either have him or Zeno op here. And Mojo will probably have to go down to light armor, but should be able to scrap together a buy. And with a couple ults ready, they can maybe make something of this round. However, the ulticon on the other side, the Sky Seekers, the run it back from Phoenix, I don't remember what the Brimstone ult is called, to be honest, but the Brimstone ult
here.
also
Right
available,
here.
and the Silva ult. They can stall so
Right
much in
here.
the post plant. especially Hasty, just 1 away ult econ-wise. It's going to make this round quite difficult, or even the next couple rounds quite difficult for Post, depending on how they choose to use those ultimates. We'll have to see how that goes. MSU has been so good at stacking their actual ultimates and then using them in impactful rounds to really close out rounds and give themselves econ advantage. So we'll have to see if they blow everything here on this pivotal round. It's going to be once again a long play, which again is just not covered by Post once again.
I must wait a moment.
Joke's
Camera getting
over.
out
You're dead.
immediately here.
Nowhere to run!
Oh, and he kills the Sova ult, but... I mean, the Phoenix ult, but... That's just a Phoenix ult, but a couple more kills will come through. Traded on both sides. Flash is coming through, but no kills
Spike
connecting
down,
for the
C.
side of MSU. Meanwhile, Mojo going on an absolute
One
tear
enemy
here.
remaining.
And the long play completely falling apart here. As everyone from Post was so fast on that rotate.
Bomb grenade
And
out.
Hasty is just going to have a lurk in garage here. About to kill this trip, and sologod not reacting to that, but Mojo certainly is. Triple kill for him. And they did get a couple of the ults out there. The most importantly, the Phoenix run it back and the Sova ult from Carpe. And I mean, with that, Post on the other side have quite a few impactful ults. If sologod does manage to be near a dead body, they can get a lot of information off. Whether that's finding the kill himself, rotating to that. And then Dissident, obviously, this breach ult, one of the most impactful ults in the game. So Mojo's going to be instantly challenged in garage here. And he's going to look for the classic TP play. Maybe not quite where he
Spike
wanted to
down.
be there. I think he was looking for on top, but still manages to convert on the play. And meanwhile, sologod able to work their way out
Everyone hiding.
of the ultimate here and get that information of where everyone is, but now they'll know they're both in garage here. But a flash could be
One
dangerous
enemy
here, but no flash, just a dry
down
peek
mid.
here, and
Spike A.
Zeno will find one, PSL will find one. And Post have righted the ship now, back on top. Eco in their favor. Another ult burned as well here. To be fair, Post burned quite a few ults of their own, but they do have Elle's Sova ult coming back up pretty soon here. 2 orbs away. Meanwhile, that run it back is so close to coming back up again. 2 orbs as well. And they still have held on to the Seekers and the Open Up the Skies, I think is what it's called. Or, no. That's one of his voice lines for it, though. But, wow. Zeno just not ready for that fight, seemingly. And Mojo will have to TPL. Will get chunked down to just 50 health here. And Elle goes down as well. And Dissident also going to get picked off here. But Mojo will find a pick.
Cover going out.
Potentially give them some way back into this round. But it's still 2v4. The pushes for Post just not working out there. Seems like they just got picked and 1v1s left and right across
Spike
the map.
planted.
I mean, what can you do here if you're Post? It's 2v4. You have retaking A site, especially just from CT side, feels nearly impossible sometimes getting through this choke here. But sologod will find one, Mojo will find another, and suddenly this is really scary if you're MSU here, but shut down by Mr. Coles.
Go on my mark, yeah?
Wow. Giving the 1v1s, the timing on the Omen TP not quite there in time to make that work. That could have been quite dangerous there. If Mr. Coles got taken down, it would have just been Miles. To be fair, with the ulti still available, but still quite difficult. Orbital strike, that's what it's called. Meanwhile, we are going to see Dissident push up here to allow Elle to get her ult here. Very impactful, and the Sky Dog completely thwart.
Joke's over!
Playing
You're
here.
dead!
The run it back now coming through.
For your triumph.
Looking for kills, does find one. He's gonna keep pushing through. And now it's just Dissident on the site will get taken down as well, and that ult invested for so much value there.
Spike
And a
planted.
completely clean round, a flawless round for MSU, who will take the lead back once again. This back and forth. I mean, now though, they have blown through all of their ultimates, but well rewarded with rounds. Post almost no buys. You have the Sova ultimate, but I don't know how much that can do when you don't have the guns around it, you don't have other ultimates around it. So this should be a 6th round from MSU now. Let's supposed to get a little bit crafty here. Zeno.
Headshot.
Beautiful shot with the Sheriff, holy. Taking the fight straight to them. Now Dissident wants to get a part of this action too. And won't be able to. Dash from Zeno though will manage to not quite escape. But now quite an interesting scenario here as Mojo managed to find one, grab the gun, and oh, but they're so close. Mojo not getting the timing right. Has the knife
here.
out.
Revealing area.
Spike
And
planted.
Elle doesn't actually get the ping on anyone yet. And sologod has such a big flank here, but the time is going to be so important here. It does manage to find one, and now instantly heads will turn. The dink coming
One
through.
enemy remaining.
It's a 1v1, but Elle, you have just a ghost. It's gonna have to be so big, and wow, a valiant attempt. The dink coming through with the ghost, but Carpe, the steady hands of this MSU team, manages to clean up that round. Man. Poster getting so close on these rounds, but just a couple rounds not going their way is put them at a 2-round deficit here. Still, they are playing the weaker side of the map, so they should be in a pretty good spot overall into this game. sologod in a dangerous spot here. Camera instantly taken out. No information given, except that there's somebody there. But now it's going to be an instant pivot rotate over towards C here. Zeno will spot out a couple of friends. We'll be able to play this back sight here. Flashed up, but with that dart not spotting, Zeno doing so much damage there. Mojo will be able to clean up 2 more. As Dissident will retreat for now. Now finally peek back through, find that kill, and it's all down to Hasty in the 1v2. To get this kill on Dissident though, they're such low health. Oh, this is scary.
One enemy
That's
remaining.
done.
Oh, this is more than scary. This is winning now for Hasty. At least advantaged, but Dissident. All it takes is 1 bullet here.
Placing
And
swamp
Hasty
grenade. Bomb
has
grenade
no
out.
clue where you are here. The bomb in no man's land, though, should be a little bit retrievable.
I got the spike.
30 seconds
Finds
left.
it, still looking for Dissident. I think has an idea now. That Dissident. Oh, that audio is going to be so huge. Hasty. Can't find the shots there. It's going to be forced to go back to
Turret's
C here.
destroyed.
We'll
10
plant
seconds
back
left.
sight. This Dissident
Spike planted.
will look through long here. And Hasty's going to wrap all the way maybe into garage. Not quite. Oh. Dissident spotted that. Oh, and Hasty, you have to move forward here. Oh, but Hasty will find the triple kill. So patient with it. Not even worried about the
Last
defuse.
round before the switch.
Another round that just didn't quite come up post. And I'm a little bit curious on how that actually happens there. They did get information of where PC was because of the kill prior, but still allowing 2 separate 1v1s to happen, especially when low health. I think just trying to use utility a little too much here. However, they will have some semblance of a buy here. And that's going to be an instant killjoy turret destroyed. And instant knowledge that a B hit.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Or sorry, a C hit may be coming. Zeno not going to be able to find anything with that positioning, and everything going wrong for post in this round here.
Spike
sologod
planted. Last player
isn't even
standing.
able to come up with that kill. It might be a flawless round to go into the half. But Elle managed to find one still, such a tall task here. Nothing else will be given.
Switching sides.
However, if you look at the score itself, Post aren't actually in a bad spot here.
I like this game.
But, they,
Placing
are
sentry.
on the better side of the map now. We have seen them historically do really, really good on this attack side for Haven. Have to see if they can figure this map out now. A pistol round once again couldn't be huge here. Generally speaking, a team that converts both pistol rounds tends to have a much higher chance of winning matches. I think at the pro level it was something like 70+% or something like that. So if they can convert a pistol round here, I mean, things could be quite in their favor. Meanwhile, sologod is taking quite an aggressive fight here, and the mid push though coming through from Post, and it's just gonna turn all the way over towards an A hit, and they're not ready for it, but they do find the kill now, and now the Post player's somewhat trapped a little bit here, as this didn't turn out quite how they wanted to. And the flash comes through, but Viper's not able to actually find any kills there, and we'll get a lot of damage on the sologod. We're looking at a 3v3 plant situation. Make that a 2v3 plant
Last player
situation.
standing.
Make that a 1v3, and Dissident, you're gonna need a miracle to make this work, and manages to find one, but McColl's tore that play apart, finding a couple kills towards B before this play could start. Not quite able to actually get out into Link fast enough. It was a great idea, but I think
Right here.
I would have liked to see a little bit of a better smoke situation, maybe, to allow them to do that. I'm not quite sure how the kills came through there or where the smoke itself was placed, but I think Sky pushed
Time to
directly out of it and
mobilize
found
my
the
pack.
kills.
Turret out.
Now if you're Post, gotta make something work here. Mojo just flashed out immediately. Is gonna get taken down. And they're just walking towards a killjoy site. This will be so hard to take with just classics, especially. It's hasty.
Bomb
We'll
grenade
get
out.
information of the short player here. I'm liking the setup that comes through here. All trying to collapse on Hasty, but McColl's is here now. And Hasty hiding in the
Spike
corner.
down A.
Finds the
Last
kill.
player standing.
And it's all going to come down to Zeno. He does not have a shot. Vipers will find their third kill on the round. As double digits coming in for MSU. This game, I mean, it feels like a complete flip of the last game for MSU, where Carpy was hard carrying them in terms of kills, but Mr. Cole's Hasty and Vipers putting up very big performances of their own. We'll see what they can manage here. As post will flash through garage here. Won't look for the TP coming through and won't find the kill either. And with the double stack garage there, will actually be an advantage trade and guns going the way of MSU. But sologod on the lurk mid finds one. Dissident trades going back and forth. Hard to keep track of, but we're now somehow miraculously in a 2v2 after everything. Hasty. Positioning gonna be, the timing gonna be so important here, and
One enemy remaining.
just never has
Spike
stood a
down
chance.
B.
sologod trying to find something and nothing to be found. If you're post here, I don't even know if you have buys. This is such a hard mountain to climb now at this point. Sheriff's in hand. They pretty much need a thrifty here. Yeah, and I'm not sure what that plant situation was about or if it was a bug or something, but... very weird situation there that might have sold the round. And Hasty finds that first kill. Zeno not able to find anything there. As Hasty now has to run out here, but no kill actually coming through, and post getting decimated on this round. And yep, the flash coming through. Dissident doesn't have a chance. And now we're looking at map, not just map point, but series point for MSU. In 8 rounds just to get to overtime for post. They're gonna have to dig deep here if they want to keep their NECC season alive. See, it looks like they are going to stack over towards the seaside, which does have 3 defenders on that side.
Shadows traveling.
Now Carpe will get the information here, but the dash there for Zeno won't convert into anything, and suddenly they're just completely forced back here. sologod though does find a pick in mid.
Where is everyone hiding?
Look at that information, but Hasty shut him down before anything happens, and
Not ready yet.
now with that info they know that nobody's on this A site here, but boy is there a lot of killjoy utility. As Mojo's going to be able to sneak their way through, but Elle is all alone on site right now. This is where it can get really scary, and it's all just up to Mojo trying to keep this season alive. 1v3. They're just not giving him anything.
Cover going out.
Smoke potentially a trick play here. And yeah, we'll be completely shut down by Vipers. As that will be the series and the end of NECC quarterfinals. MSU will take down Post University here in what just felt like a little bit of a devastating match. After the first map comeback, it really didn't convert into anything, but I mean overall great season, or great tournament from Post and NECC. They had a lot of good matches.
Games, guys.
Looks like it'll come to an end here. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Have a good night.